I went to Twin Peaks to drink the whiskey, and definitely no other reasons. Today I want to talk about Twin Peaks. You may or may not have heard of Twin Peaks because it is somewhat regional and is not located in every major city. Twin Peaks was founded in 2005 in Lewisville, Texas, which is near Dallas, by the same guys that made the Rockfish seafood restaurants. Basically, they saw a hole in the market for a sports bar, but specifically for what is called a restaurant. You may be familiar with a restaurant, places such as Hooters. Hooters is really the most popular. Twin Peaks restaurants are designed to look like mountain lodges, and the waitresses wear what can only be described as the sexy lumberjack Halloween costume. Most of these cocktails are not necessarily the most original, but and most of them are whiskey plays on already established drinks. But I thought it would be interesting to put them here and talk about them nonetheless. Full disclaimer that the menu at Twin Peaks is constantly changing, and the drinks that I'm discussing today may or may not be on the menu if you choose to visit an establishment today. So first we're going to talk about the Tennessee Stud, which is Jack Daniel's agave syrup and lemon juice. It is literally just a sour, but it is made with Jack Daniel's and agave instead of simple syrup. We're going to want 2 ounces of Old No. 7 Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey. We're going to need 1 ounce of agave syrup. I am not even going to pretend to know how to make agave syrup, so I'm using store-bought agave syrup. The lemons I bought are too big for the citrus squeezer. I gotta go squeeze a bunch of lemons. I'll be back. So here's 1 ounce of lemon juice. And we shake this for our drink. Tennessee Stud. See how it goes. Smells very citrus, probably because I put a giant lemon wheel. Tastes like a whiskey sour, what can I say? The agave is really coming through here. It is possible that because this is just pure syrup, I need to water it down or use less. But anywho, the agave is really punching through the mix here. Otherwise, it just tastes like a whiskey sour, honestly. The one thing I will say is I'm not really tasting the Jack Daniel's. Like, the whiskey is very faint, but it's possible that it's the Jack Daniel's and that's why people don't like it. Yeah, I mean, I can see it's a little flat. This is drinkable. It's a whiskey sour. Everyone knows how to make a whiskey sour. It's not rocket science. It's fine. All right, so the next drink is going to be the Jameson Twisted Rita. Basically, it's just a margarita that subs Jameson for tequila. Start off with 2 ounces Jameson Irish whiskey. I'm going to use only 1/4 of an ounce of agave. I got 3/4 of an ounce of triple sec. 3/4 of an ounce lemon juice. Shake that. So let's see how it is. So first of all, I want to say it tastes nothing like a margarita. It doesn't have the same snap as a margarita. It doesn't have that like salty punch. You know, when you drink a margarita, that the way the tequila and the citrus are playing off each other, it has like a punch. It's almost like a stab, you know? It's like a very sharp flavor. This does not have any of that. And this time I only used like 1/4 ounce or maybe a little bit less of the syrup. But I don't think it's actually the syrup that's doing that. I think it's just the fact that the whiskey does not react the same way. You do taste the whiskey, but it's very dull. I'm tasting the triple sec for sure, and citrus for sure. I mean, I use normal ratios. I don't know, man. It's not doing it for me. It barely even tastes like there's Jameson in it, honestly. It's very citrus. What proof is Jameson? Jameson's only 80 proof. That makes me think this would be better with something higher proof. Currently, the highest proof whiskey that I own is this bottle of 100 proof 1776 rye by James E. Pepper. I've never actually tasted this. I'm not brave enough to drink this like it's Jack Daniels. I like that a lot. I want to try to make this drink again with this and see if it makes a difference then. So 2 ounces of 100 proof 1776 rye. I literally just bought this like literally today. I know that rye and Jameson are not the same thing. I just want to know if it makes a difference using something that has 10% more alcohol in it. All right, let's see how it is. Yeah, that's it right there. This time the whiskey is front and center, man. It is the main event. Really, you taste the whiskey the entire time from start to finish. It's the first flavor, it's the last flavor. The whiskey is the main flavor throughout the entire drink. Yeah, there's no contest for me. The Jameson version is kind of refreshing in a lemonade kind of way. But it tastes like citrus, and in my opinion, the Jameson is getting railroaded by all the other ingredients. The Jameson is being overshadowed in its own drink, and you barely taste it. And I used the exact same measurements in both of these drinks. The only difference was the main spirit. And the Jameson one really just tastes like citrus. This one is really good. This one tastes like it's supposed to taste like. It doesn't taste like a margarita at all. Like, it literally doesn't taste like a margarita at all. Anyway, this is really good. So the next drink is going to be the Rye Tai, which is a play on a Mai Tai, but it uses rye whiskey instead of rum. I had originally pulled Bullet Rye for this, but I actually think I'm going to use the 1776 again. I do not have enough time to make both of them. I'm going to use 2 ounces of rye whiskey. Next up is going to be a ½ ounce pineapple juice. Next, I'm going to want a ½ ounce of orgeat. I'm once again using store-bought syrup because I have, to be honest with you, I have no interest in learning how to make orgeat syrup. And then we're going to need a full ounce of lemon. And then we're going to shake that. So I made an attempt at making crushed ice. We're going to garnish this with a cherry. Not necessarily because of any reason, I just want to. See how it goes. Yeah, that's pretty good, man. It honestly tastes really, really similar to the last one. The rye is like a flat flavor throughout. You taste it, you taste like the heat from the rye throughout the entire drink. And then kind of underneath the rye, you get a little bit of pineapple. And then there's a little bit, it's like a tart pineapple. So you don't really taste, I don't really taste the lemon like independently, but I taste it like like it's tart, you know? So it tastes like rye, and then there's an undertone of tart pineapple. Yeah, so the more sips of it I take, the more of the tart pineapple flavor I'm picking up. It is not quite pineapple, it's not quite lemon. It is like, it tastes like pineapple, but it's tart, it's sour. It is not better than a Mai Tai. Is it okay though? Yeah, it's good. You have to eat the garnish though, that's the law. So the last drink is the High West Punch. It is featuring the High West bourbon. High West Punch is made with High West bourbon, orange juice, pineapple juice, cherry juice, lime juice, and simple syrup. I'm going to veto the simple syrup I think that there is enough sweetness going on in there that we will not need that. But I think the only logical thing to do here is to put a 2-ounce pour of the bourbon, and since there are 4 juices, we use 1 ounce of each, and then you will have a 2 to 4, a 1 to 2 highball ratio. So we're gonna try that out and see if it's okay. 2 ounces. I have decided that I want to shake this, and I don't think it's necessarily required. I don't think you have to shake this. I think you could just construct it like a highball, but because of the radical difference of juices, I think that it probably is best that we shake it, get it over with. 1 ounce of orange juice, 1 ounce of pineapple juice, 1 ounce of lime juice, and finally 1 ounce of cherry juice. The official recipe calls for Bordeaux cherry juice. I am just gonna use, it's 100% juice from cherries. It's not sweetened. Honestly, it's honestly the color of like a strawberry banana milkshake. Let's see how it is. Cheers. It's tart. The bourbon is very dull. It doesn't taste like that alcoholic. It mostly tastes like juice. It's like really tart. I don't know, maybe it does need the simple syrup. What if I add a little bit of simple syrup to it? All right, so if I add a little bit of simple, yeah, that curves out the tartness 100%. Now it just tastes like a fruit juice, though. What I do like about this, though, is at the very end, like, there is bourbon. Like, you can tell there's bourbon in it. Well, up front, it's very tart, and then as it evolves, it turns into the warm aftertaste of bourbon. So that's the interesting thing about this, is you can definitely tell there's bourbon in it. What I will say is when you add the simple, I'm picking up the bourbon better than before, because before the tartness was really overpowering everything. I guess I was wrong. I guess you do need simple syrup in this. They were right. Thanks for watching again. I've already covered Chili's and a couple of other chain restaurants, and I'll see you in the next episode, I hope.